From Joe Montana Stadium in Monongahela, Pennsylvania, it's high school football on CUTV, where the Ringgold Rams take on the Belle Vernon Leopards. Hello and welcome to the broadcast. I'm Anthony D'Agostino, and alongside me today is Dylan Goday. And Dylan, this is a huge matchup today here at Ringgold, and we're going to go right into it. We're going to talk about the last game for these teams. You're going to start off with Ringgold. They took on Albert Gallatin and came away with a pretty big victory.
Yeah, Anthony, Ringgold defeated Albert Gallatin last week 42-6. They were led by Brandon Small, who rushed 5 times for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And on the opposite side, Ringgold, they took on Uniontown and put up a big win, a shutout against Uniontown, Dylan.
Yeah, Uniontown down this year, but Belle Vernon really dominated that game. They were led by their strong defense shutting Uniontown out.
Yeah, and for the last meeting, these two teams played at Belle Vernon last year, and Belle Vernon came away with the 1-point victory, 13-12. Dylan, this is a huge rematch for these two teams, and they don't like each other. It's a big rivalry.
Yeah, definitely. Ringgold is really hoping to get some revenge on that loss last year. This game is homecoming for Ringgold, if you can't tell, so look for them to really be motivated heading into this game.
The stands are already filling up. It's going to be a huge crowd today at Ringgold. We can't wait to broadcast it for you. The kickoff is next, right here on CUTV.
CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. Springdale at Jeff Morgan. Avella at California. Belle Vernon at Ringgold. Greensburg Central Catholic at Charleroi. Waynesburg at Southmoreland. Baldwin at Connellsville. Beth Center at Brownsville. Fraser at Bentworth. Bishop Canavan at Carmichael. The longest running high school coverage in southwestern PA is on CUTV.
CUTV News Center is California University of Pennsylvania's award-winning student television newscast. Your source for live, local, late-breaking news. Forecast from the CalU Weather Center. The region's latest entertainment news. Vulcan sports highlights and regional scoreboards. With television news coverage you can't get anywhere else. Watch it live Thursdays on CUTV and on demand. CUTV News Center. Online, all the time.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association. For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV News Center provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Joe Montana Stadium, home of the Ringgold Rams, and also Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Montana, obviously. I'm Anthony D'Agostino. Alongside me is Dylan Goday. And Dylan, as I said in the open, this is a huge rivalry. These two teams don't like each other. The coach for Ringgold was on Belle Vernon's team as a coach, and so he switched places now. And he said these two teams don't like each other. As we take a look at the tail of the tape here, they're basically dead even.
Yeah, definitely. You can see Belle Vernon's really led by their defense, only giving up 14 points so far this year. But both teams, like you said, they're both very strong, and this should be a very good game.
Yeah, Belle Vernon's 14 points against. That's big. Their defense is really good. However, Ringgold, they have a really good rushing game as well. And Brandon Small, 33 attempts for rushing, 426 yards.
Yeah, definitely. He's coming off a strong game where he only rushed 5 times but picked up 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. So a little bit of work for a lot of gain right there.
Yeah, a great job for him, for Belle Vernon's side of the field, Derek Sisovsky, 169 yards for 9 carries.
Yeah, definitely. He getting a little bit of carries, but picking up a lot of yards on those. So look for big plays from both of these teams.
It's going to be a great game. As we see here, the captains at midfield getting a word from the referees. You got to think some of those words, maybe play it clean.
Yeah, definitely. You can see this atmosphere before the game is wild here. Look for both teams to really come out motivated after this. Like you said, is a very big rivalry for both of them.
As you see, Belle Vernon has won the toss. They have elected to defer. They will be getting the ball in the second half. So Ringgold will start off with the ball in this first half. And Dylan, looking at these stats, who are you looking at today to be a big key for Ringgold's offense?
Definitely you have to look at Brennan Small after he's leading this team in touchdowns with 6 touchdowns so far this year. So look for him to really carry this offense on the ground.
Yeah, and for Belle Vernon, they got, like I said, a great defense. It's going to be interesting to see what the score is at the end of this game. You know, with Belle Vernon's defense, Ringgold's offense, who's going to come out on top? Last time these two teams met, it was a 1-point difference at Belle Vernon. The year before that, Ringgold won at Ringgold. Ringgold's back at Ringgold. They may come away with victory again. As you saw there, is a battle for first place today. Both teams coming in 2-0. As we're getting set for the kickoff, 3 guys back here for Ringgold. Number 22, Dalton Holt, the middleman back. Number 88, Cameron Guess, the freshman for Belle Vernon, ready to kick it off. As Guess, the kick is away. CUTV's game of the week. Into the end zone for a touchback. Ringgold will get the ball at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, nice kick there. Booted it right out of the end zone. That's a good way to start for a kicker right there, motivated. Like you said, though, this is a homecoming game for Ringgold, so it's interesting to see how they come out. You know, they got some jitters because this is a homecoming game and a rivalry, so interesting to see what they can do this first drive.
And Dylan, that kick was through the end zone basically with no wind. There's barely any wind. It's a beautiful day here for football. Sun shining, barely any clouds. As Ringgold, 2 men in motion, setting up in the pistol formation. As there will be a false start here on number 52 for Ringgold. That's Dylan Clancy.
Yeah, there's those jitters I was just talking about. See what they can do there, backed up with 1st and 15.
As they will now be at the 15-yard line. So first play of the game, clock hasn't even ran yet, and there's already a penalty on the field for false start. You got to think after the first few drives, first few plays, the jitters are going to be pretty much gone, as they're now in the pistol formation again. Roll, play action pass here, as it is incomplete for Ringgold.
Yeah, you had Majeski there open. You see, fake it to their big-time running back, mixing up to start out. He had some pressure coming in his face and just overthrew the receiver there.
So 2nd and 15 on the 15-yard line for Ringgold. As they come again in the pistol full house set. As it is now a handoff here to number 23, Brendan Small. Small trying to break some tackles, and he will get taken down at about the line of scrimmage. So we'll get to about the 21-yard line on the carry.
Yeah, around a 6-yard pickup there for Brendan Small, their running back. You can see he bursted off the right side, and they make a good tackle on him there.
Great tackle there by Nick Hall, the senior, 6 foot, 188-pound linebacker for Belle Vernon. As they're in that power formation again is Ringgold. Motion to the near side this time as he hands it off again up the middle, and he's going to get nowhere on the play. This is the Belle Vernon defense we talked about before the kickoff.
Yeah, definitely. They seem ready to go here early on. You can see on the replay here, they burst right through the line and pick up a loss of yards right there. That's a good way to start out if you're this Belle Vernon defense.
So 4th and 10, they will be punting the ball here. backed up by about a 5-yard line. As that one gets away, it's a short punt, kind of shanked on the play as it's going to roll out of bounds in great field position for Belle Vernon at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, a bit of a shank there, but you got to like that if you're this Belle Vernon offense. They really move the ball on the ground, so picking up the ball on their side of the field, it's really beneficial to them.
And for Belle Vernon's offense, they are led by quarterback Mike Fine. He's 11 for 22 so far with 3 interceptions and 152 yards passing. So look for him to lead this team today. We've seen him before. Fine. In the shotgun formation here, sends a man in motion. As it is a handoff, as he keeps it himself, it was an option play. Mike Fine gets to the 31-yard line, so about a gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah, there Mike Fine, he has 13 rushing attempts on the year, so he can do it himself there. It looked like a little read option. He picked up about 5-6 yards on the play.
And it looked like the running back wanted to keep the ball. Mike Fine did a good job of ripping it out of his arms and also maintaining possession of the ball. We've seen that before where they don't keep the ball and it's a fumble on the play and the other team comes up with the ball. As it's shotgun here for Mike Fine. Sends the entire team in motion basically on the opposite side of the field, so he flips the play. Fine. Takes the snap. This time he hands it off to number 4, Derek Sosovsky, as he breaks it for a big gain and more here as he's keeping his legs moving, and he finally gets taken down at the 20-yard line. What a run there.
Yeah, what a run there by Derek there for Belle Vernon. He really stretches it across the outside. Looked like he had no room to run there, but he cuts it right up, carries a couple defenders, and picks up a hard-earned first down. You like to see that if you're Belle Vernon, the junior coming in there and really picking up a big gain.
Yeah, that was Derek Sosovsky on the play for Belle Vernon. As Mike Fine is in the shotgun formation once again, one sidecar to his left, sends a man in motion to the near side. Fine. Keeps it himself on a read option play, breaking some tackles, getting to the 14-yard line, and Belle Vernon is doing a great job exploiting this Ringgold defense, marching down the field.
Yeah, another read option play there. Good decision there by the quarterback, and he picks up another hard-earned gain there. You really see this read option attack from Belle Vernon started here early.
As Belle Vernon has 2nd and 4 from the 14-yard line. Pistol formation here as he hands it off this time to number 35, Ben Cole, the senior fullback for Belle Vernon.
Yeah, Ben Cole's their bulldozer here for the Belle Vernon offense. Another read option play. Quarterback there just picking up what he can here on bringing up 3rd down.
3rd and 3, so a gain of a yard on the play there for Cole. As Fine is in the shotgun. Trips to the near side as he sends a man in motion. That's Tim Labuda. Fine. Keeps it himself again. Read option play. As he gets to the 11-yard line, we'll see if that's good enough for a first down or not. It looks like it is going to be a yard short for Belle Vernon. And they're going to be going for it.
You can see they ran that read option attack again. This quarterback leads this team in rushing attempts, so see him picking up some yards there on the ground.
And we'll see if Belle Vernon goes for it. It looks like they will. Belle Vernon's going to go for it. Basically goal line formation here for Belle Vernon, as they have 3 options to go here in the backfield. And there's a false start for Belle Vernon, something you don't want to see there.
Yeah, you can't afford that here early on. Could pick up the first down and potentially lead to a touchdown. They'll see what they do here, backed up for 4th and medium range here.
You're going to see that right on the near side. Dylan just jumps.
Yeah, again, this is those jitters here, this big rivalry game. You know, both teams are looking to get an advantage here. Some jitter plays by both teams here early.
And apologize for that. Replay was not working on that one, but they will be kicking the field goal here. You got to think that the crowd noise may be getting to Belle Vernon right now. It's, we're in the press box. It's really hard to hear. It's pretty soundproof up here. But down there, it is loud.
Definitely.
As there's a flag on the play, 2 flags on the play. This is good, but we'll see if it stands or if somebody was offsides, Dylan.
If it's offsides here against Ringgold, that could be big for this Belle Vernon offense. They could pick up this first down, but let's see what the call is.
It's going to be a legal procedure on Belle Vernon. That's going to push them back even further for a farther field goal now.
Yeah, that offense is really working here, and the special team is kind of hurting them, their chances of scoring here.
It's going to be now 4th and about 11 on the play.
A lot of confusion here from this Belle Vernon kicking team.
As it's going to be about a 39-yard field goal here. The kick is away. Almost blocked there, as that one is good. So the score 3-0 in favor of Belle Vernon. Belle Vernon strikes first here at Joe Montana Stadium. Stay tuned for more high school football action right here on CUTV.
CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. Springdale at Jeff Morgan. Avella at California. Belle Vernon at Ringgold. Greensburg Central Catholic at Charleroi. Waynesburg at Southmoreland. Baldwin at Connellsville. Beth Center at Brownsville. Fraser at Bentworth. Bishop Canavan at Carmichael. The longest running high school coverage in southwestern PA is on CUTV.
And welcome back to Joe Montana Stadium. As you see there, the Belle Vernon band there. And the kick is away. Another booming kick there. And that one will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Man, Dylan, 88, Cameron Guess, a freshman, has a huge leg.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting to see just how far he can kick it. That 39-yard field goal right there went through easily, so let's see what else he can do the rest of this game.
Yeah, it was a huge kick there. It was basically backed up there. As you see Ringgold's schedule, you see how they come into this game. They played at Greensburg-Salem with a win, 42-28, and then played Albert Gatlin, 42-6.
Yeah, that game last week was shortened by lightning, but still put up a lot of points, and they only ran 19 plays and scored 42 points last week. That's awesome for this.
As you're going to get a false start penalty here against Ringgold. So Ringgold's first play of the first drive, false start. First play of the second drive, false start.
Yeah, those are big plays in games like this. You can't afford those if you're either team, but both teams committing them early, so definitely some jitters for this game.
Yeah, very nervous about, a rivalry here. Got to win for first place. Most likely be a tie for first place. Thomas Jefferson is playing a what we would call a lesser quality team today. Most likely will win, but never know with an upset. Could happen. But this game is for first place, or a tie for first place. As he's going to roll here. That's George Martin looking to pass. That one is complete for a catch. What a catch there by number 22, Dalton Holt.
Yeah, sliding here for the catches you see on the replay. Quarterback's rolling out. Finds his man, sliding man there. Dalton Holt picks up a nice catch, bringing up 2nd and short here.
2nd and 3 here for Ringgold. Shotgun formation. 4 wideouts. Sends a man in motion near side. Jet sweep with number 23, Brendan Small. Small looking for the outside. He's going to get wrapped up there at the 30-yard line by number 4, Derek Sosovsky. Could have been a penalty there. Looked like he may have shoved Brendan Small on the play.
You can see a little jet sweep there for Brendan Small. He's their go-to guy with 33 rushes coming into the game, so look for them to keep rolling with him here.
As still, it's going to be 1st and 10 now as he gets enough for the first down. 6:15 to go here in the first quarter. Power formation here for Ringgold. Pistol set. Looking to pass. Pressure here. Gets the ball thrown, and it is going to be an incomplete pass as he had great pressure against him there by Belle Vernon.
Yeah, definitely. This Belle Vernon defense showing their strength here. As a former quarterback myself, that's a tough spot to be in where Belle Vernon was bringing everybody on that play. So good for him to get the ball off, but almost got a sack there.
Almost got a sack, but great awareness to get the ball off and make sure it wasn't intentional grounding either. There was an open receiver there, if you will, as it's shotgun formation here for George Martin. Martin sends a man in motion. It's Brendan Small. Jet sweep here to Small. Small finding some space. Stiff arm there, and he gets run into his own guy as he gets to about the 35-yard line. If he didn't hit his own guy, he might have been gone.
Yeah, definitely. You can see his quick speed there bursting across the edge. If we watch on the replay here, another option play. Quarterback hands it off to Brendan Small, and he picks up a nice yard. Runs into his own man there, but nice run by Brendan Small.
Logan Frogner, the junior from Belle Vernon, did a good job of wrapping him up so he didn't have very many places to go. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 here as Martin looking to pass. Has a man open, and that one is complete to number 80 for Easton Fine for Ringgold.
Nice pass here. George Martin rolls out to his left across the body, throws a nice ball for the first down there to Easton Fine.
So now Ringgold here driving down the field after their penalty. They have the ball at their 45-yard line as the referees are signaling for a stoppage of clock here. Play will resume. Martin keeps it himself. Actually, he hands it off on that play. And they get to about the 48-yard line on the carry.
Yeah, quick little halfback dive there caught us off guard.
I believe that was Tyrese Youngblood.
Yeah, quick handoff caught the Belle Vernon defense by surprise as well and picked up a nice gain there on first down.
Yeah, good fake on that one to Youngblood, his first carry of the game.
We have seen this Ringgold offense passing the ball. That's not what they're really accustomed to doing, but this Belle Vernon defense is really giving them the passing option here early.
As Fine looking for his play. Youngblood goes in the slot position. Looking to pass here. Screen play as that one is incomplete, overthrown. Maxon Masajeski on that play, the tight end.
Yeah, another play there where Belle Vernon's stacking the box here. Quarterback trying to pick up a short pass game but couldn't complete it there. But this Belle Vernon defense is stacking the box with 9 or 10 guys, and you got to look to pass if you're Ringgold, and they're doing that early.
They're just out of reach for Masajeski.
Only 24 attempts from Martin so far this year, so definitely not a passing team.
Another power formation in the pistol. As there's a flag on the play here. This one should be going against Ringgold. And it is. It is a false start on Ringgold. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, bringing them back in their own side of the field.
With two strong defenses here, penalties like that on 3rd down and short can really hurt you. So both teams are making those penalties, and if you're looking to win this game, you got to lessen those penalties as best you can.
And they're not really smart penalties. They're on the line penalties, if you will. So shotgun formation here for Martin, looking to pass. Going deep down the field, he's got a man open, and it is incomplete, just out of the reach of Dalton Holt.
Had his man over the top there, no safety help for this Belle Vernon defense, but quarterback rolls out, throws it, had some pressure coming in his face, and just out of the reach of the diving Dalton Holt there. Could have been a big play for this Ringgold offense.
They're going to stay on the field. No, they will be punting on this one, just a little closer to the line of scrimmage. And that one gets away from him. And he's actually going to look to go for it here. This is George Martin on the play. Martin trying to break some tackles. He will not get to the first down. He will be taken down at the 49-yard line. Interesting play call there, Dylan.
It looked like he was going to go back and punt formation, kind of fumbled the snap and tried to pick it up himself there. A little confusion, but if we look here on at Belle Vernon's schedule.
Yeah, they took on Albert Gallatin, won 48-14. Uniontown shut them out 4-0. Huge game here. Then you go to Greensburg-Salem, and a scrappy Laurel Highlands team. We've seen them in our highlights from the South Union Township Sports Network. And Laurel Highlands has a pretty good offense, Dylan.
Yeah, Laurel Highlands does, but 2 games on the road here. 2 big games for this Belle Vernon team, looking if they can pick up the lead in this conference. So 2 games away from home here. Let's see what they can do, especially with this tough game here tonight.
As Belle Vernon will come up with the football here in Ringgold territory after the timeout. And, you know, Dylan, so far it's a close game, just like we expected.
Yeah, definitely. Both defenses shining here. Belle Vernon has had the ball in Ringgold's territory here for the 2nd time now. So let's see if they can put some more points up on the board.
All off of basically a turnover there, a bad punt, and now a turnover on downs. As Fine sends a man in motion, it's Tim Labuda. Fine takes a snap, hands it off to number 24, Nick Hall. Hall's got a lane, does a little hurdle there, and gets taken down at the 45-yard line for about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, nice hit there. But you can see some more read option play here. Makes it across the head, dives, and gets smacked as he jumped over top of his defender there. A little athleticism by the runner there.
Yeah, great job there by Nick Hall on that run. As Fine getting his play from the sideline. 2 receivers in the near side. Calling for the audible now. As it's a quarterback keeper there for Mike Fine. Fine gets about 3 yards on the carry, so it'll be about 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, quarterback power there for Mike Fine.
As we'll
the
take
senior
a look.
quarterback. See, he picked up a great play, rips the defender's helmet off there, but a nice hard run there by your quarterback.
So he'll have to sit out for 1 play. That is why the clock was stopped momentarily. Almost thought it was a little timeout there. Fine. In the power formation here. Fine. Hands it off here to number 24, Nick Hall. He's got a lane. Actually, he's going to keep it himself. Mike Fine dancing around and finally gets taken down at the 9-yard line. Another great fake there.
Nice run there by the quarterback. You love to see that. Read option keeps it himself. They're confused the whole Ringgold defense. Breaking off tackles, spinning. Tries another juke move at the end and hurdles the defender at the end. That's a great run there by the quarterback, Mike Fine.
And he got tripped by the player he juked at the last minute. So interesting play there by Ringgold for basically a tripping play there.
Yeah, Mike Fine coming into this game with 117 yards, averaging 9 yards a carry. So you'd love to see that from a quarterback.
Fine, this time hands it off. And this is going to be a touchdown for number 24, Nick Hall. And Belle Vernon, they cannot be stopped right now.
Yeah, this read option attack for this Belle Vernon offense is working well here early on. Who do you stop here if you're the Ringgold defense here on this read option? Gives it to his halfback because they got to be prepared for the quarterback run, and he makes his way in there. What a nice run there by Nick Hall.
And beautiful run there by Nick Hall. They do a great job of when they're doing those read options, holding the ball to the last second and either taking it away or giving them the handoff, as that kick is good by Cameron Guess. The score now with 2:04 to go in the first quarter. It is 10-0 Belle Vernon. Stay tuned for more high school football action on CUTV.
CUTV News Center is California University of Pennsylvania's award-winning student television newscast. Your source for live, local, late-breaking news. Forecast from the Cal U Weather Center. The region's latest entertainment news. Vulcan sports highlights, and regional scoreboards with television news coverage you can't get anywhere else. Watch it live Thursdays on CUTV and on demand. CUTV News Center, online all the time.
And welcome back to Ringgold here, where Belle Vernon leads 10-0. As it was a great drive there by Belle Vernon from Mike Fine keeping it himself to then giving it off to Nick Hall. As Belle Vernon readies the kick. Guess's kick is up and away into the end zone yet again for another touchback. As you will see the touchdown here again, Dylan, just a great run there.
Yes, you got to be prepared for the quarterback, but he hands it off there to Nick Hall, and he bursts his way in for a touchdown. This offense from Belle Vernon is rolling here early.
And that was pretty funny there as Hall kicked off the helmet of Jake Meissner for Ringgold. After the play, as Meissner was trying to tackle him, tripped him up and kicked off his own helmet there.
Yeah, strong run, very strong run.
Now Ringgold trying to get something going here. George Martin in a shotgun. Sends a man in motion. He's going to hand it off there to Brendan Small. Small is going to get taken out of bounds for about a 1 yard gain.
Yeah, tried to get a little trickeration there, catching the defense off guard, faking it around, but he hands it off to his guy, Brendan Small. Picked up what he can. Another nice stop here for this Belle Vernon defense.
As Ringgold comes back to the line of scrimmage. Under center this time. This time, hands it off here. He will get about 3 yards on the carry.
Give to the inside there. So you see the replay here. Hands it off right up the middle. Little power eye action here for Ringgold. He picks up a couple yards here, but let's see what they can do if they can move the ball through the air here. Like we said, they're a power eye read option team, so let's see if they can pick up this first down through the air.
Pistol formation here as they look to go air this time. Martin airs it out. This one is incomplete. Great defense there by Belle Vernon. That was Dan Limpert on the play there on defense.
Yeah, nice play, really. Quarterback's rolling out and throws, but this corner comes up off his man and makes a nice play there by the defender there, Dan Lepper.
Also there was Tim Labuda, another senior player here, D-back for Belle Vernon. A 3-and-out here for Ringgold as they will punt. And this is a better punt there for Ringgold as he's going to make a return here. This is number 23, Brendan Small. Number 23, Logan Frogner, As we will take a look at the the Big Nine standings here. Belle Vernon and Ringgold 2-0. Thomas Jefferson 2-0 as well.
Yeah, this adds a little bit to this already intense rivalry game here. Both teams leading the conference, looking to take an edge on the other. This is what you like to see if you're a high school football fan.
Belle Vernon, pistol formation. 3 wideouts to the far side. Got one man in the backfield. This time is a handoff, and he is going nowhere on the play. Stopped by a whole host of Ringgold players. And Dylan, take a look at number 72, Gage Ivory.
Yeah, the kicker and the punter for this team coming up and making a strong play there. That's what you like to see from the big guy.
And Gage Ivory, big guy there. He is 6 foot, 300 pounds of just great athleticism right there.
Yeah, my apologies. He is not the kicker and the punter. That is a big boy right there on the defensive line making a big play.
Yeah, it is a big player there, and good job Ringgold being able to stop that run, that read option that they had a hard time before. As Dylan, we're going to take a look at something we do on High School Roundup. It's our top 3 plays. This is the top 3 plays from last week. California took on Avella, and Laurel Highlands took on Greensburg-Salem. Look at this number 3 play here. California Avella is going to fumble the ball, and big man running with the football. He's going to be all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, if you're a defensive lineman, that is your dream right there, to take a fumble to the house.
And here's see number 2. This one is going to come from Laurel Highlands. This is going to be another fumble, a great strip there by Greensburg-Salem. The ball is bouncing around, and he picks it up. This is this conference. You're going to see these in the Big 9 possibly later on. And just a huge run there off this fumble.
Definitely showing his speed there.
Number 1. This is California's Cochise Ryan. Going inside, then cutting it to the outside. Breaking some tackles here. Almost goes out of bounds, but shakes the defender there. And he is all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. That's our new blue ribbon as well. Belle Vernon, that one is complete to number 23, Logan Frogner, the junior wideout for this Leopards team.
Yeah, Frogner there gets behind the defense. Quarterback sees him. If he could have caught that thing up, that could have been 6 for this Belle Vernon team yet again.
Belle Vernon again driving down the field. Fine in the shotgun. Keeping it himself, looking to pass. Again, got a man open as he is hit hard. That is Tim Labuda, the senior wide out here for Belle Vernon. He gets a first down.
Yeah, Labuda there. Belle Vernon going through the air now as Ringgold stacks this defensive line, and that's a nice play there by the quarterback.
And a great tackle there by the defensive back who was covering him. If he wasn't there, that would have definitely been 6 points.
Yes, Belle Vernon offense is really picking up their pace, really putting it on this defense.
Fine, sends a receiver in motion to make it twins to the near side. Fine. This time hands it off to number 4, Derek Sosofsky. Sosofsky's going to get tripped up there at the 15-yard line by number 2, Octavius Vassar.
Yeah, Ringgold was ready for that one. You can see on the replay here, 2 linemen pulling out in front of them. This defense pursues very well. Everybody's there to make the tackle, but a nice tackle there by the defensive back.
That was a great contain there by Octavius Vassar, the cornerback here for Ringgold, containing him, pushing him inside, and then making the tackle himself. As Fine in shotgun formation here. Keeps it himself. Fine, breaking some tackles. He gets taken down at the 9-yard line. We'll see if that's good enough for the first down, but Mike Fine doing a fine job running the ball.
Yeah, definitely. Didn't look like he had any room there, but he stretches the play out and picks up a nice gain, setting up a short third down play here.
Third and about an inch on the play, or 3rd and inches, as Fine is going to keep it himself as the pile pushes him forward to about the 6-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Belle Vernon offense.
And for Mike Fine, that was an easy play there, picking up 1. He's their hard-nosed runner for this team, being at the quarterback position. So that was a little easy there. He's a second-year starter, so you trust him here in this big rivalry game, picking up the first down there.
Mike Fine coming into the game, 13 rushes for 117 yards as he looks to pass here, and it is incomplete. Great defense there by Ringgold's Darius Tyree on the play.
Yeah, Belle Vernon not used to passing the ball much, but the slant play there, quarterback put it just in the right spot, but a nice play by Belle Vernon's defensive back there. By Ringgold's defensive back. My bad.
Yeah, Tyree did a great job there defending him. Could have been a catch maybe if he was able to hold on to it, but before Tyree was able to make it to that play. As Fine in the shotgun. Looking to pass. Going into the end zone. That one is complete for the touchdown on the ground. That is Joey Federer, the sophomore. Excuse me, that is actually Logan Frogner. But still, what a touchdown there.
As you can see, this is the first touchdown completion of the year here from Mike Fine, finding him on another slant play there. That's Logan Frogner picking up a nice diving grab there. What a beautiful play down in the red zone here for this Belle Vernon offense.
This Belle Vernon team is lighting it up here right now. As the kick is up, but there will be a penalty on the play, so it is going to be offsides against Ringgold. We'll see what they decide. The whistle was blown before the kick happened. As it looks like Belle Vernon has decided to decline it, but we'll get the official call here. So offsides on the defense. That penalty is declined. And they'll just kick it from where they are right now. So they will have to re-kick it, Dylan.
Yeah, another penalty here by this Ringgold team.
Guess shot is up and good. The score now 17-0 in favor of Belle Vernon. Stay tuned for more action here on CUTV.
Back for its third season. With more live episodes and brand new games. With host Stephen Ruffing. It's
And welcome back to Joe Montana Stadium here where Belle Vernon leads 17-0 in the game we're calling CUTV's Game of the Year. Huge matchup here. A shocker almost, as we thought it might have been a little closer than this one so far.
Yeah, Belle Vernon really coming out of the game strong here. So let's see what Ringgold can do here on almost a must-score drive to get back in this one early.
Yeah, definitely a must-score drive here for Ringgold. As so far, they've not been able to stop this Belle Vernon offense, as Guess's line drive kick is away and will be out of bounds. So a penalty here for Belle Vernon sets up Ringgold in optimum field position here.
And finally, this Ringgold team catches a break here.
As you see there, an illegal kickoff there by Guess. So here you see the touchdown again. What a pass there by Mike Fine, Dylan.
Yeah, somebody who's not really used to throwing it a lot there throws a nice ball there to his receiver, really put it on the money where really only his guy can make the catch.
And that was pretty good coverage there by Vassar for Ringgold, and just a better pass there by Mike Fine. As Ringgold sends a man in motion, Maxon Masajeski. Looking to pass down the field. This one is tipped and complete there to number 84, Easton Fine, as he gets taken down at the 27-yard line. What a play there.
A little tip drill action there. Ringgold finally catching a big play here on offense. Throws the ball across the middle. Nice play there. Defender couldn't quite make the catch, and ball laid right in his hands.
And Tim Labuda wants to have that play back, as you see there, getting attended to by the training staff on the Ringgold side. But Tim Labuda, he did a great job of going up to the ball and being able to almost catching it. Just didn't happen there, as Martin hands it off there, as he's keeping his legs moving and gets taken down to about the 22-yard line. That was Tyrese Youngblood on the carry.
Yeah, Youngblood, what a nice name that is. Really picking up a nice strong run up the middle there.
And the 6'1", 200-pound running back for Ringgold. 2nd and 7 here for Ringgold on the 23-yard line. Martin going to be in the pistol formation. Strong sides to the right. Martin sends a man in motion now. It's Lucas Greaves. Martin looking to pass, pressured here as he's going to throw it to an open receiver. That is a nice catch there by Maxon Masajewski.
What a beautiful throw there by George Martin across his body, rolling out to the left. Some pressure in his face and had to get this ball off early and throws a beautiful ball there to number 8, Maxon Majewski there. What a beautiful play there by the quarterback.
Yeah, he had 2 guys pressuring him on that play. What a job there seeing Masajewski open and being able to make that completion there and staying in bounds too is pretty incredible. Under center, power I formation, sends a man in motion, tosses it here. Cutting it up the field is Brendan Small as he gets about a yard or 2 on the carry, so it'll be 2nd down and 8.
And Vernon Small here, averaging 13 yards a carry coming into the game. Hasn't really gotten off for a big long run here, but that's a nice play on defense by this whole Belle Vernon defense by being in great position there to make the tackle.
Yeah, they just flow with the ball, cover up all the gaps. Really no room there for Small to run. Pistol formation here for Martin. Martin passes it. This is complete as he is going to get wrapped up, but not before he gets forward progress at the 1st down line.
Yeah, nice trickeration there. Fakes the handoff. Had a defensive lineman jumping right in his face and able to pick up a nice throw there to pick up a nice gain on the play.
That was Dan Limpert on the tackle there for Belle Vernon. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. And we'll see if Ringgold can score as on what we called a must-score drive.
They definitely caught the break early with the tip drill, and now they're setting up for nice field position here to score.
Power I, Martin hands it off to Small. Small gets about a yard on the carry, actually.
Yeah, this Belle Vernon defense is not letting runs go up the middle here. Another nice stop here. When you have a guy for Ringgold like Brendan Small, you want to get him in space, so Belle Vernon's doing a nice job of stopping him and stopping him early.
It's now 2nd down and 3 from the 3-yard line. I formation here for Ringgold. Martin, play action pass here as George looking for some room to run, dancing around as there's a flag here. He is going to be into the end zone and we'll see if it's a touchdown, but there is a flag, so it may be coming back. There may be a block in the back or holding penalty here against Ringgold. It may not matter.
Yeah, George Martin there rolling out.
There's a punch to the face on Ringgold. That's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We'll see if we can see it here, Dylan.
Yeah, George Martin, nobody to throw to here, nowhere to really run, and he's just dancing for his life there, and a hard hit that looked like it appeared to be the penalty there on number 20, Tyrese Youngblood. Looked like a good hit to me. It's close now with these penalties. You got to protect the player, but that looked like a hard hit to me.
Yeah, the crowd does not like it. I don't blame them. It looked like he just gave him a forearm there. There was, his fist was clenched, but he never really punched with it or anything. He just used his forearm, so a little bit of a ticky-tack penalty there. But you got to assume these refs are going to call the game tight because they know this is a huge rivalry.
Yeah, he's got Tyrese Youngblood there was looking to protect his quarterback and got a little antsy there to get a big hit.
Yeah, and big hit going to cost them 15 yards here. So now the ball at the 16-yard line as we're going to get a timeout here. This one is going to be for Ringgold. Ringgold will take their first timeout. They have 2 remaining with 6:32 left in the first half. As Dylan, we're going to take a look now. High school roundup, our student-produced show that we do. Basically all high school football in the region. scores, stats, standings, our top 3 plays. We have some predictions as well and much, much more. Great thing to watch if you love high school football here in the Whitfield.
Yeah, definitely. You guys do a great job there on High School Roundup. Definitely something you want to watch, so check that out, guys.
And something we do in conjunction with High School Roundup, we have a Twitter poll going on. 55% to 45% picked Ringgold to win this game. I know I did for our pick'em for high school football, High School Roundup. So I kind of would like to see Ringgold win. But one of 2 was correct so far. So not great so far in the Twitter poll.
And this is a rivalry game, so it's a real toss-up. Hard to tell coming in the game who's going to win. Just looking for an exciting game here.
Shotgun formation, sends a man in motion is Darius Tyree. He now trips. As that is going to be a big penalty here for Ringgold. That is a false start, pushing them back 5 more yards.
Yeah, definitely. In this rivalry game, you cannot afford penalties like that. They had the ball there inside the 10, ready to score. Now they're backed up all the way to the 20-yard line here for 2nd down and goal from the 20-yard line. This is not the position you want to be in if you're this Ringgold's team.
And every time Ringgold's driving down the field, something like this happens. Shotgun, they're going to try to do this again here as Tyree goes in motion. Martin looking at pass, got a man open as it is incomplete, overthrown there to number 8, Maxon Maxijeski.
And Maxijeski there tried to get the ball at the highest point. A beautiful pass, though, by George Martin. Put it really where only his guy can get it. Just could not bring in the ball there. Maxijeski couldn't.
3rd down and 20 from the 20-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 20-yard line. So George Martin looking to pass here. This one is complete to number 8, Massijeski. As it's the ball is out. I believe they're calling him down. So they're going to ask for the ball back, but we're going to have to take a look at that one on the replay there, Dylan.
Definitely looked like a late whistle there. That was close. I'm not sure if his momentum was stopped. You see on the replay there, Massijeski caught the ball. It looks like he was down.
He's down right there.
His forward momentum was stopped there. A nice call by the officials stopping that one early.
But also great job by Belle Vernon picking up the ball and running with it just in case it might not have been down by contact there.
It definitely heads up play there.
As we have a timeout here by Belle Vernon. So looking like it's going to be a field goal here for Ringgold after the timeout.
Yeah, if you're this Ringgold team, you need to get some sort of points up on the board. As this first half is winding down here, you really need to get up on the board to get some momentum heading into halftime.
And Belle Vernon will get the ball to start the second half. And this is what got them in scoring position starting here with the tip drill there, Dylan.
Yeah, George Martin there throws it across the middle. Defender there tried to make the interception, and number 84, Easton Fine, with the fine tip drill catch there. That's what really this Ringgold team needed. And George Martin making some nice plays on this drive with a pass there to Massijeski, and you really need a drive like this. It's a shame they're not looking at picking up 7 points here, but this was a drive to really get their heads back on straight, get them settled down here in this rivalry game, and looking for a touchdown here.
About a 27-yard field goal here for this field goal. The kick is up and good. The score now 17-3 in favor of Belle Vernon. Ringgold finally gets on the board with 5:57 to go in the first half. You're watching high school football right here on CUTV.
The longest student-produced show on CUTV. Is back with highlights and analysis, scores and standings, and more. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
And welcome back to Joe Montana Stadium, where Ringgold is finally on the board as Matthew Cannon kicks it off now for Ringgold. And his return there as a whole. He finally gets taken down with a big hit there. That was number 23 on the play, Logan Frogner. As there is a flag now, late flag.
I didn't really see what happened there.
I could see targeting on this one if he got hit really hard in the head. And they're going to be talking to the coach there for Belle Vernon. We'll see. But, Dylan, if it's targeting, that's an automatic ejection.
Yeah, that'd be a tough call for these officials to make. They want to get the right call here, so they're discussing it with the coach here.
As we'll get the call here. And
Seems to be a sideline warning.
A sideline warning against Belle Vernon. And look at this replay there, Dylan.
It's Logan Frogner's really carrying that ball in hard, and a nice play. That does look like a big hit, but I kind of saw this Belle Vernon sideline coming out real early on that play. You got to be careful. You don't want to be coming out in the field when the play's still going on.
It looked like the coaching staff as the players started running on the field, and you might be thinking they took objection to the hit too, and the referees are going to call that penalty if you're coming out on the field. They don't want to have anything start, and you're at risk having ejections.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the worst field position that this Belle Vernon offense has faced early on at their own 19-yard line. So let's see what they can do with a full field ahead of them.
As set first down and 10 from the 20-yard line, basically a touchback here for Belle Vernon after that big return. Fine sends two men in motion. Fine, gonna keep it himself. Running up the middle, he's gonna get stopped. Actually, no, he's gonna keep running. He's still moving his feet there. He had nowhere to go and made something out of nothing here. 5-yard gain.
Yet again, the quarterback showing some nice moves running the ball here with his quarterback power to the right side of the offensive line. Looked like he was stopped, broke off some tackles, and ended up picking up a gain of around 6 on the play. So that's what you like to see from your quarterback there by Mike Fine.
You saw that on the replay there. He went into the mass of people, took a few steps backward, and then cut it around to the outside. Fine in shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Also one side car there. Screen pass there as he's going to get taken down by a whole host of Rams.
You can see there Tyrese Youngblood with a big hit, and this whole team were ready for that screen pass there. You can see there, it broke the first tackle, and then a whole host, including Tyrese Youngblood there, to bring up a hard hit and really setting this offense back.
That was Nick Hall on the screen pass reception there. So 3rd down here and 7 for the Belle Vernon Leopards. The first time Belle Vernon's not been able to get a first down as of yet. As Fine sends a man in motion, it's Tim Labuda. Now sends another man in motion. This time he keeps himself. Fine going into the pile, and he's going to get taken down at the 26-yard line. So it'll bring up 4th down for Belle Vernon.
And we're starting to see some jawing here about both teams. They really feel this intensity ticking up here before halftime. But Mike Fine again with a late decision there to keep it, bringing up a 4th down here for the Belle Vernon offense.
And looks like Tim Labuda will be back to punt for the Belle Vernon Leopards.
Ringgold here stopping Belle Vernon for the first time here. This is some momentum. They can get some good field position here to really set this game up for a nice finish here to the first half.
Labuda's punt is away. It's a high punt, a great punt there. And we'll get down at the 30-yard line. So a great punt there, Dylan.
Yeah, it looked like Ringgold maybe get some good field position, but a nice punt there, setting them back at their own 30-yard line.
As you're going to see our YouTube page, CUTV Sports 1. We got a lot of different things up there. This game will be up there. Our high school roundup shows are up there. Our California Vulcan football games are up there as well. And also, when we go away for the Cal Vulcans games, they're live streamed on there. So you can watch a whole host of different sporting events right there on CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube. George Martin in the pistol formation here. Hands it up. That was small on the carry, getting about 3 yards. So it'll be second down and about 6.
Yeah, nice run there by Brendan Small. Looked like he could have, if he broke this tackle here, he could have picked up some big yards there, but another nice play by the Belle Vernon defense, which besides for that long tip drill, they've really done a nice job for containing this offense.
Pistol formation again. 2 wide receivers to the near side, sends a man in motion. Now trips. Martin looking to screen pass here to Dalton Holt. Holt's got a lane, goes to the outside. He gets taken down at the 41-yard line by Logan Frogner for Belle Vernon.
Yeah, a little bubble screen there with a nice catch there by Dalton Holt. Nice blocks in front of him by the receivers and picking up the big first down here for this drive.
As Ringgold will be coming back here. Shotgun formation here for George Martin. Martin looking to pass. Gonna keep it himself, and he's gonna get wrapped up immediately there. It's gonna be about a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, it looked like number 58, the senior defensive lineman Cody Williams there, spying that quarterback and really picking up a big tackle there, wrapping him up. As we've seen that George Martin can do some space stuff when he gets in space, so a nice tackle there.
As we have a timeout called here. As we are going to talk about our high school football game of the week schedule here. Today, Belle Vernon Ringgold. Next week, big matchup for us, Greensburg Central Catholic at Charleroi. That will be live on television across the entire state on PCN, so make sure you tune into that one if you have cable. Waynesburg at Southmoreland, Baldwin at Connellsville, Beth Center at Brownsville, and then Fraser at Bentworth. And lastly, that Bishop Canevin goes to Carmichael's.
Yeah, definitely. If you're in the Mon Valley here, there's some big games coming up. So especially next week where we're live across the whole state. So keep tuned in to us, and we'll keep bringing you some great high school football action.
Yeah, I'm excited to call that PCN game next week. GCC at Charleroi. In 17th year that CUTV has been able to be on PCN live on television. That's 17 years in a row, so great thing there. As George Martin's looking down the field, and that one is incomplete, almost caught there by number 84, Easton Fine.
Looked like it almost may have been intercepted there. George Martin back to pass. Looks to throw. Tried to throw a back shoulder play there and just couldn't make it to his receiver there. Nice play by the defender, but if he touched it, he just broke it up a little bit, but he was in the right spot there.
Yeah, it was a great pass there by George Martin. As we'll see Ringgold come out here, 3rd and 12. George Martin looking to pass, rolling left. Yep, it's going to be incomplete again. It's just a low pass to Easton Fine.
Yeah, being this power zone option team, they trying to look to pass to get points on the board here before half, and quarterback there, George Martin couldn't make the pass there.
As Ringgold will have to punt here, so nothing doing again for this Ringgold team. As Belle Vernon has 2 men back to receive. The punt is away. It's a nice punt here, as that one is going to be returned there by number 23, Logan Frogner. Frogner going to the outside, and he gets taken out at around the 47-yard line. And Dylan, we have a great vantage point here. I don't know if the cameras can see it. The moon is right in front of us. A nice orange moon today, Dylan.
Yeah, definitely. This is the harvest moon. You can see it coming over the trees there, not quite over the trees where the camera's viewpoint is, but It is the harvest moon, the nearest moon to the autumn equinox. So they're old folklore, the harvest moon, lots of uncertainty what comes with the harvest moon, but it is the closest moon to the fall equinox, so it's a very nice sight here for us.
Also means fall is coming, which means cooler weather is coming, and that's also great to hear.
And that
As Belle Vernon has the ball, as there's a handoff here to number 4, Derek Sosofsky. Sosofsky breaks some tackles there, and he keeps his feet moving and gets to about the 49-yard line.
it's a Sosofsky here. Sorry, I hit the tough name there, but he's running real hard. You see a little sweep action. Had 2 guys going in front of him, trying to go around the outside, and nice pursuit there. They just couldn't make the tackle, and he picks up a nice play, running with defenders on his back. A nice hard run there.
It's 2nd down and 2 with about 1 minute and 13 to go. Fine. Gonna hand it, keep it himself there, and he will get about a loss of 2 on the play. So a great job there by the Ringgold defense.
Yeah, Ringgold coming up with a stop here. They don't want Belle Vernon to get 6 more points here up before halftime. It would be really beneficial to them to really pick up a big stop here and head into halftime with a really manageable lead that they can come back on.
As they're going to let some time run down as well. They also get the ball back. I said this before, to start the second half. So if Ringgold gets points here, it's a lot of points there for Ringgold to try to get back. As it looks like Belle Vernon is actually going to take a timeout here with 24 seconds to go in the first half.
It looks like they're just going to try to run down this clock here. Ran it down as low as they could there and took the timeout. Don't want anything to happen here to get Ringgold with tons of momentum coming into halftime.
As you see here, the bands will be playing here today at Ringgold. We'll have Ringgold and Belle Vernon. As you know, we like to cover the bands. We'll be covering them again today here at Ringgold. We also have a former Belle Vernon band member, Joe Carter, on the crew today.
It's
Son of
cool
Professor Jim Carter at Cal U.
Definitely cool for him to see his former band here covering them on TV. Very cool for him.
As Belle Vernon's still in huddle here. You know, Dylan, what do you think they're talking about in a huddle like this if you're Belle Vernon?
I think if you're Belle Vernon here, you really don't stress. If you're the coach, you're stressing to your guys, we can't turn the ball over here. That would be lots of momentum at home, on homecoming for this Ringgold team. So if I'm the Belle Vernon's coach, I'm telling them, take care of the ball right here.
Fine in the pistol. This time he's going to keep it himself. Fine. Dancing around there, he gets hit hard at the 46-yard line. That should be a first down, so they'll move the chains and stop the clock real quick.
It looks like they're stopping the clock here. They called a timeout here at Belle Vernon. They could, if they get this any closer, that kicker they have may be able to get a big boot here before we go into halftime.
Well, they don't have any more timeouts, so it's 16 seconds left with no timeouts. Do you send the kicker out now? I mean, it's a really long field goal, but, I mean, he's got a big leg.
We're speculating here, but me being a former football player, played it my whole life up until last season, I would try to maybe hit an out route or a deep comeback to the side of the formation here along the sidelines where he can catch it and get right out of bounds. Quick play, set him up with some better field position, but as we've seen, this kicker has a boot on him, so I think if they can pick up 5-10 yards here, kicker might be able to send it through.
And we'll see what they decide to go with here.
But like you said, no timeout, so
you got to get out of bounds.
Yeah, got to get out of bounds.
We saw that with the Dallas Cowboys game. Didn't get out of bounds.
Yeah, sadly, being a Cowboys fan myself, wasn't a smart play there, but see if they can learn from that and get out of bounds on this play.
Fine will be in the shotgun with one side guard to his right. Doubles there as he's looking to pass here. He's under pressure as he's going to get the ball down the field, and that one is tipped, and it will be incomplete. They have one more play, 8 seconds left.
Yeah, it didn't look like he found anybody there on the sideline. They may have been going deep on this play. he had his eyes downfield the whole time. Felt some pressure. That could have been a big sack there for Ringgold, but he got it off and almost got picked off on that play. That could have been big if he picked that off and something would have happened there.
Well, he did a great job of staying in the pocket there, and that must be scary, seeing all those players coming in at you right in front of your face, almost getting taken down there from behind, getting tripped up.
Definitely, but Mike Fine there, he's a runner. He knows how to escape the pressure, so a nice play there by him.
And trips to the near side. Mike finds in shotgun, looking to pass again. This is complete to number 5, Tim Labuda. Labuda spin move there as they will stop the play here. I believe the time has run out. So that will be halftime here. The score 17-3. And Dylan, this Ringgold team down here doesn't get the ball back to start the second half. Belle Vernon does. Belle Vernon is on top, 17-3 at halftime here on CUTV.
The longest student-produced show on CUTV. Is back with highlights and analysis, scores and standings, and more. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
Back for its 3rd season. With more live episodes and brand new games. With host Stephen Ruffing. It's
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Back to halftime here at Ringgold here, where Belle Vernon leads 17-3. And since it's halftime, you know what that means. It's halftime shows here on CUTV. We first got for you the Belle Vernon Band, and then after them, the Ringgold Band will be performing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the sights and sounds of both marching bands here on CUTV's Game of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 Vernon Area High School Marching Band. Tonight's show is entitled Don't Stop Me Now. Music and Light. Selections from Queen, Fine, Billy Joel, and the band is led on field by executive drum major Zach Anderson and assistant drum major Ringgold. The band is under the direction of Mark Sriracha, assisted by Chris McCullough, Austin Floyd, Susan Joseph, Sarah Jar, and Mike. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention this evening. Have a great night and a wonderful evening. As we prepare for our halftime presentation by Ringgold High School, one special announcement. On Monday, September 12th, Belle High School and Ringgold High School in partnership with Central Blood Bank sponsor the first Blood Drive Challenge. Those schools have blood drives at those schools, with the challenge being for each school who collect the most units during the day. Both Ringgold and Belle Vernon's student coordinators did a fantastic job, and should be congratulated on coordinating the blood drive and recruiting donors. We should all be proud of the commitment that students made from both schools in donating the blood and helping to save patients' lives. A total of 190 units were collected on September the 12th, and the winner of the Blood Drive Challenge 2016 with 68 units is Ringgold High School.
Uncle Brian is there, but he's down there. I saw Brian. I said, where did I touch him? He's like, get off me. I said, boy, I would knock you out.
There's Matt.
I saw Morgan. I was like, Morgan said, hey, what's up? He's like, say not to jump. I was like, do it. He said, yeah, right. He's so short. Short and chubby.
I don't know.
Great job, Sarah Hetzler, on leading our band this evening. The Ringgold Band is under the direction of Don Mason, Denise Schreiber, and Don Siegel. Dance team music writing instructor Leanne Chamberlain. Color guard instructor Katie Warren, and percussion instructor Chris Hogan. Go Rams!
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car, more music in the door, more music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation, playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
And welcome back to Joe Montana Stadium, where Belle Vernon leads 17-3 over the Ringgold Rams. Again, I'm Anthony D'Agostino, alongside me, Dylan Godet. And Dylan, this Belle Vernon team coming out strong in the first half.
Yeah, they did, scoring on their first 3 drives of the game, working the ball real nice down the field. As you can see here, as we look at the total yards, Belle Vernon with 169 total yards compared to 137 from Ringgold. Ringgold really got those last 2 drives, really moving the ball for the first time they did all night.
And you see there, 5 penalties for Ringgold, 4 for Belle Vernon. But Belle Vernon's rushing yards, a lot of it's from their quarterback, Mike Fine.
Yeah, definitely. He is getting it done on the ground. They have more of a read option attack where they don't really pass the ball through the air much, but he did pick up his first completion, his first touchdown completion of the year. So,
as you see here, the first half highlights. First one, got your homecoming king right there.
Right there's your game MVP right there. Homecoming king. Always nice for the kids to get that.
And just a great atmosphere here, homecoming. Basically sellout crowd. As you see, the first points is a field goal.
Yeah, definitely. He's got a big leg on him. Interesting to see if this game gets close, if he can boot one in.
As you see there, Mike Fine, best rusher right now on this Belle Vernon team. You see that right there, Dylan.
Definitely. Keeping the ball himself in this read option attack. As you see again, he handed the ball off early on. They had a good 1-2 combo with him and Nick Hall there for Belle Vernon. And here is Mike Fine's first touchdown completion of the season there to Logan Frogner. Here as the the first half possessed, here's the tip drill we were talking about, really setting Ringgold up with some great field position and how they got those 3 points up on the board.
Yeah, and then this is, again, under pressure, just getting this ball out, which led to the field goal there for Ringgold. They were driving on the field and then just got penalties against them and pushed them back until they had to kick a field goal, which is why the score is 17-3. But like I said, Belle Vernon won the coin toss, deferred. They get the ball now. We'll see if they can possibly score again.
Yeah, if you're Ringgold, you need a stop here. You know the coach had them with a great halftime speeches, homecoming. You know they're really fired up. They really want to come out this second half, get a strong stop, and get 6 up on the board and really make this a game.
As the kick is away, a line drive kick that will go out of bounds. So another penalty for Ringgold here.
Yeah, penalties, they haven't had very many of them, but the ones they have had have been very crucial. Stopping them, they had 2 penalties on that would-be touchdown drive where they had to settle for 3 points, had the ball inside their 9-yard line, but penalties have been very costly so far for this Ringgold team.
So that'll put the ball at the 35-yard line for Belle Vernon. So pretty good field position there out of an illegal kickoff there for Ringgold.
Both of these teams have really been in blowouts so far this season. So let's see one close game here, how they both can handle this come late in the ballgame.
As Mike Fine in there for Belle Vernon now. In the shotgun, sends a man in motion. Empty backfield now. Looking to pass. Screen pass there as it is tipped away, and it'll be an incomplete pass. That was a great job there by Evan Higgs, I believe, for Ringgold.
Yeah.
That was a great defensive job there, seeing the screen and being able to swat the ball away.
Definitely had some great penetration there by the defense, stopping that screen before it even really got started.
As it's now 2nd and 10 for Belle Vernon. Sends 2 men in motion, basically switching sides of the field. Fine. He's going to hand it off here. As this is number 24 on the carry, Nick Hall, as he gets about to the 40-yard line, but there is a flag on the play there, Dylan.
I didn't really see what that was.
It was from the opposite side of the field.
Possibly something on the defense here since they didn't blow the play dead. Officials are discussing it here.
And maybe an offsides penalty here for Belle Vernon, maybe lined up offsides.
Also maybe an illegal motion maybe on the offense. I'm not really sure here.
As they're actually going to waive the penalty off, so that 5-yard gain will stand, and it'll be a 2nd down and 5.
A little confusion there by the officials, but looks like they got the play right.
3rd down and 5, excuse me.
It's a big 3rd down for this Ringgold defense. You want to stop here if you want to get some momentum heading into the rest of this 3rd quarter.
As they break huddle now. Doubles for look here. Sidecar to the far side in the shotgun formation is Mike Fine. As there is a flag on the play. It'll be 1st down, Belle Vernon, as it looked like Ringgold jumped off sides.
Another big penalty. You can't have those in tough games like this. Homecoming night, big rivalry game. These penalties are really costing Ringgold the chance to get back in this one.
And as my good friend Stephen Ruffing and broadcast partner said, on defense, you can't make up those penalty yards. They're free yards for the offense. Offense, if you get penalties against you, you can kind of make them up. But defense, you're just giving the team free yardage.
And especially hurts this Ringgold defense as this team in Belle Vernon has really showed they can move the ball.
Fine, looking to pass. Going deep down the field, it's one-on-one coverage, and that one is complete to number 4, Derek number 5, Tim Labuda.
Yeah, Tim Labuda there, wide open, got mixed up in coverage there by the Ringgold defense. A big play through the air, something we don't really see from this offense, but a big throw there by George Martin.
And Fine in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the near side. As Nick Hall is his sidecar. Fine, rolling to the near side. As that one is going to be incomplete. A good diving effort there by Nolan Labuda.
Yeah, trying to go through the air now after Mike Fine had worked really well on the ground in the first half, trying to mix it up here, getting the ball through the air. They've really spread the offense out, trying to catch Ringgold off guard with a little change of pace here.
A 2nd down and 10 for the Belle Vernon offense. Doubles look again.
No safety back, so look, if they're going to throw the ball, this would be a great time to.
Mike Fine. He's going to keep it himself, run up the field as he's going to break some tackles there. He's at the 5-yard line as finally gets taken down at the 4-yard line. What a read option again there by Mike Fine.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was saying, no safety in the middle of the field. They didn't throw it there, but if you beat the linebackers as you're running here, you have no safety to stop you there. So nice run there by Mike Fine, who's really been carrying this team on his shoulders here this game.
And a good stop there by Darius Tyree to stop him from getting into the end zone, getting him wrapped up at around the 3-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 3. Fine in a full house formation here. Hands it off there to number 24, Nick Hall. And Nick Hall will get into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, Nick Hall there got the edge. Nobody was there for Ringgold. Great block there by number 42, Nino Kuntz there, the sophomore, picking up a nice block, getting his running back there for an easy 6 points.
And again, Ringgold not being able to stop the running game here in the red zone here for Belle Vernon. Cameron Guess on the kick, the extra point. The hold is good. The kick is good. The score now, Belle Vernon 24, Ringgold 3. Stay tuned for more football action here on CUTV.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV News Center provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Joe Montana Stadium here in Ringgold High School, where the score, Belle Vernon 24, Ringgold 3, and Dillon. This one's starting to run away from Ringgold now here at 10-17 in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, if you're this Ringgold team, you didn't want to see that, but there's still hope, especially in a rivalry game here. See what they can do on offense.
As Guess's kick is away, and there'll be another penalty as the kicks are starting to go out of bounds.
No wind here, so interested to see. The past couple of kicks have gone out of bounds, so.
I mean, it is a little breezy, but not that bad. As you see the penalty there on Belle Vernon. As you take a look at the touchdown again, Dylan.
And there you see Nino Kuntz right there really set the edge. And number 24, Nick Hall, got it in for 6. That was a big touchdown here for Belle Vernon, really securing a chance of a big win for them.
As Ringgold gets the ball at the 35-yard line. George Martin hands it off there to Brendan Small, and Small gets nowhere on the carry, and Belle Vernon shut down that run game right there.
As we've heard all week is that this Belle Vernon defense can really stop the run, and we've seen that so far tonight. Stopping the big play back of Ringgold, Brendan Small. He hasn't really got out in space much, haven't been able to see what he can do, as he only had 5 rushes last week and had well over 100 yards.
As George Martin in this pistol formation here, doubles look for the receivers. Hand off to Small again, and Small is going to get taken down for about a 2-yard gain. So that'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Ringgold Rams.
Yeah, the big guys down there for Belle Vernon's defensive line really stepping up, not letting this offensive line push them back too far, and making some nice plays.
Pistol again for George Martin. Martin passing here. That one is incomplete, passed way too early for his receiver. It looked like he was looking for Max and Masajeski, but just a little too early on that play.
Yeah, George Martin there, he had a free rusher to his blind side. Couldn't really see him. Got hit as he was throwing the ball there. Didn't have much time. But this sets up 4th down for a Ringgold team that really need to get 6 here on this drive.
Yeah, and he might have been feeling the pressure from that outside rusher, which is why he kind of threw it a little early. As the punt is away, a nice punt there, as it is returnable here. And breaking a few tackles and getting down, there is Tim Labuda at the 40-yard line in their own territory.
Some more nice field position here for this Belle Vernon offense, where a touchdown here really sets them up to really run away with this ball game. So if you're this Ringgold defense, you need a stop here.
As you see on your screen there, CUTV_PA, our CUTV Twitter page. As you saw before, our Twitter page had a Twitter poll on it, so like our Twitter page, follow our Twitter page, and participate in those polls when they happen. Also, we post all our YouTube videos and whatnot happenings and pictures on there as well. As Mike Fine keeps it, he keeps moving his legs there, gets some nice gain there. As that goes to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, nice pickup there by Mike Fine, where when you have a quarterback that can run like Mike Fine can, it's almost, you're setting the defense up to a little disadvantage there, where you can use more blockers to really stop this defense from getting any penetration in. So he's doing a great job, almost like a fullback here at the quarterback position, really picking up lots of yards for this Belle Vernon offense.
Fine in the pistol, looking to pass. Pump fake there as he's got a wide open receiver. It's Derek Sosofsky, and he is into the end zone for a Belle Vernon touchdown.
He was wide open on that one. Turned on the Jets after he caught it and picked up a big, big touchdown for this Belle Vernon team. You can see there Mike Fine with a little pop pass to his receiver there, Derek Sosofsky there. You know the coaches must have saw something at halftime where they could pick up a play like that. No one was even covering him on that one.
Yeah, just blown coverage there by the Ringgold defense. And this game is getting out of hand fast now. Belle Vernon ready to kick the extra point. This is up and good. And the score now with 8 minutes and 13 seconds in the third quarter. Belle Vernon leading big here, 31-3 over the hometown Ringgold Rams. You're watching high school football on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the Student Bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And we're back from Ringgold High School, Joe Montana Stadium, where Belle Vernon leads 31-3 over the Ringgold Rams. And Dylan, this is not what we expected at all.
Definitely not here. You really expected a real close game between these two pretty even opponents on paper. So this is real surprising and real promising for this Belle Vernon team that they can play a tough conference opponent like this. This is really promising for them and their fans here.
I can't wait to see them play Thomas Jefferson. That is going to be a huge game there, possibly for sole possession of first place. As Guess's kick is away. And this one is going to go into the end zone for the touchback. So finally a kick that doesn't go out of bounds, Dylan.
Yeah, definitely.
As you will see right here on the replay, the touchdown that caused the kick, Dylan.
A little play-action play there by Mike Fine as the quarterback. But you know the coaches at halftime saw something in this defense to where number 4 there, Derek I don't know how to pronounce his name. Help me out here, Anthony. Sosofsky. See, we don't have those names back home in West Virginia. Yeah, that's not a name that I'd find in West Virginia, but there he was wide open there for the play. That's a great play for this Belle Vernon offense, really breaking this game out, 31-3.
Derek Sosowski, the junior running back on the play on the roster there, 6 foot, 190 pounds. So good look there. As George Martin looking to pass. This is complete to number 22, Dalton Holt. And he's kind of hurting on that play there, Dylan.
Yeah, he looks to be a little banged up there, but he had a very nice catch here. The defender was wrapped all over him, but he was able to bring it down there. Number 22, Dalton Holt, with a nice grab. You hope he's okay here as the medical personnel head out to work with him.
That was a great job there by Dan Limpert, the senior defensive back there for Belle Vernon. As you take a look here, our Facebook page, California University Television, post our pictures of the crew on there, as well as our YouTube videos and whatever else we decide to put on there. Just take a look. A lot of cool things on our Facebook page, California University Television. And give it a like. I know I did.
We know you love your Facebook, Anthony, so I love my Facebook too. It's definitely a great page to check out. All the stuff that we do on here is put through there. We try to do a good job of broadcasting out there to get as much attention to it as we can, especially to some quality high school football that we usually see here on Friday nights.
All we got to get now is a CUTV Instagram page.
We need to definitely look into that.
We do take a lot of pictures and things as well from these games. A lot of cool pictures as well that we could post on Instagram. So I'll challenge that to our director, Gary Smith.
I know that our meteorology department just got an Instagram, so it must be the new thing now.
As it's 1st and 10 here. As George Martin under pressure just gets it off. And that one is going to be complete to Easton Fine. That is a big first down there for Ringgold, as George Martin was under a lot of pressure there, Dylan.
Yeah, under a lot of pressure, which usually means somebody's going to be open, as he found the receiver there under tons of pressure, but he just found the hole and made a diving grab there was Easton Fine. What a beautiful catch.
As George Martin comes out, again, 5 wide set, 3 receivers to the near side. Martin looking to pass, again, under pressure, rolling, throwing it. And it's going to be incomplete, out of reach. Therefore, number 80, Isaiah Hanna.
Yeah, George Martin there, tons of pressure yet again from the left side of this defensive line. Really causing some problems there for George Martin, but he was able, as you can see here on the replay, number 54 there for Belle Vernon was coming unblocked, and George Martin was able to roll out, almost hit his receiver there, but a nice play to escape the pressure.
As George Martin here in the shotgun formation. Hands it off there to Small. Small trying to bounce some there, and he gets to the 49-yard line.
This Belle Vernon defense has really done a great job slowing down Brendan Small. My apologies, but he's really the guy going into this game, averaging 13 yards a carry, 33 attempts. You look at him being the go-to guy for this Ringgold offense, and this Belle Vernon defense has really shut him down.
As George Martin in the shotgun, one sidecar to his right. As Martin looking to go, as he's going to run himself, and he's going to get taken down at the 44-yard line. That will not be enough for a first down. It'll be about 1 yard short, as Belle Vernon has a player slow to get up. There's number 22, Joey Federer, it looks like. 82, excuse me, that was Keyshawn Clark.
And nothing open downfield, felt the pressure. George Martin just had to pick up what he could there, and a nice hard run, setting up a 4th down and short.
Yeah, he kind of ran into his own play, got run into by his own player there. Was Keyshawn Clark. Hope he's all right there. 4th and 1, big drive here for Ringgold. Got to see if they can get the first down here. I formation, so power running formation here for Ringgold. And sends a man in motion. It's Tyler Walters. This is the fake, and he's going to get sacked, and that is a great defensive play there by Belle Vernon, and there's a flag on the play. It is late, and it's starting to get chippy here at Joe Montana Stadium.
Yeah, definitely there. A big, didn't really see what happened there, but it looked like they really got.
It should be post-possession here, so it'll be after the play. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Belle Vernon, excuse me. And it'll be a turnover on down, so 1st and 10 for Belle Vernon. Look at this play there by number 58.
Yeah, number 58 there, Cody Williams, throwing the man down with a nice big pickup, big stop there on the 4th down by the Belle Vernon defense. Did get the penalty, but that was a great stop there.
And not sure who the penalty is on, but one unsportsmanlike conduct penalty gets another. He's ejected from the contest. So we'll see what happens there as they get backed up now at their own 31-yard line.
It's interesting to see if Belle Vernon starts to use some clock now that they built this big lead. They do run the ball a lot, but we have seen them using the air to get a lot of their yards here, as Mike Fine has picked up his 2 first touchdown passes of the season. So let's see what they do here.
As Fine in the shotgun all by himself. Looking like it's going to be a jet sweep, and it is a spin move there by Logan Frogner as he gets to about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, a little jet sweep play there by number 23, Logan Frogner. Didn't pick up much on the play, but here's what we see them really slowing down, letting the clock run. The clock is their best friend right now, so see how much of that they can take off here this drive.
And they led time of possession in the first half, so definitely think they can do it again as they send 2 men in motion. As Fine looking to pass, under pressure, gets the ball out, and it is complete to number 5, Tim Labuda.
Yeah, found his open man there. Tim Labuda made a nice grab coming back to the football, picking up a nice gain on the play. See, not a lot of room to throw there by Mike Fine. Escaped the pressure and picked up his man Tim Labuda there, setting up a 3rd down and very short.
3rd down and 1 here. Easy yardage here for Belle Vernon. As Fine in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side. Fine going to keep it himself as he's going to hit a defender there but keep moving. That'll be enough for the 1st down and more there. Gets 2 extra yards on the carry.
Yeah, Mike Fine there running like a fullback, as you see. That's really hard to stop if you're a defense there. When he has those running backs blocking for him and running with a full steam ahead like he is, that's really tough to stop. That's a very good veteran play there by the quarterback, senior quarterback, Mike Fine.
And he's a big guy, 6'2", 232 pounds, built like a fullback, but also does a great job throwing the ball deep down the field as well.
Yeah, all-around quarterback he is.
As Fine in the shotgun, sends a man in motion. As Fine, this time hands it off here to Hall. Hall gets tackled down for a loss on the play by number 22, Dalton Holt. Holt looks like he's a little shaken up on the play.
Yeah, he flew up there. Looks like a possible leg injury as he's limping there, but made a very nice play, flying on the edge and making a great stop.
As you see there, one of his players, and you actually didn't get a chance to see it on your screen, but number 11, Lucas Greaves, telling him to sit down on the ground, and so he has to get taken off on the field. Off the field. He's not too happy about it, but probably for the best there.
Yeah, the senior there, it's his senior homecoming. You know he's wanting to play every down of this game, but tough break for him. We hope he's okay.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened exactly. It just looks like he twisted an ankle. But you see our upcoming broadcaster, our first home Vulcan football game is going to be against Millersville, a team close to me, about 10 minutes away from my house. September 21st, men's soccer versus Cedarville. That'll be on our Wirecast system. And September 23rd, Greensburg Central Catholic at Charleroi. That'll be live on PCN. The men's soccer versus Cedarville game will be live on CUTV Sports 1. And the Vulcan football game will be live on calvulcans.com/watch.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game tomorrow for California. Family Day at California. So it should be a big first home game for this Vulcans team.
And Dylan, what's the weather supposed to be like for tomorrow?
It's not looking too good right now. Me being the weatherman, I have to ask that, but I know it's family night. We were really hoping for some good weather, but it's not looking good. If you're going to the game tomorrow, wear a poncho, bring an umbrella. It may end up being a soaker tomorrow.
Hopefully it's not as bad as last year's Clarion game, which was homecoming. That was just brutal.
I remember that game very well, staying on the sidelines, freezing, cold, wet. It was a rough game.
It was rough to be in the band for that, too. Music strewn everywhere in my room afterwards, not fun. But back to live action here is Fine. Hands it off as he keeps moving. That's Nick Hall as he gets about 4 yards on that carry.
A nice hard run there.
Nick Hall doing a good job there getting upfield, trying to shed some tacklers. 3rd down and 6 here for the Leopards. Fine. He's going to be in the shotgun. One sidecar to his right. Fake there as he takes the throw. As that one is complete. I don't know how he caught that. That is complete there to number 5, Tim Labuda. What a catch.
Yeah, what a nice catch there by Tim Labuda. Look. It looked like it may have been picked off there, and he made a nice grab.
Yeah, it almost looked like it was picked off. I was kind of stopped my call there. I was like, I thought it may be intercepted or incomplete, but no. He caught the ball. It was a wonderful play there.
Especially from a team that's not used to throwing the ball, so they're moving the ball in all types of ways this game.
Tim Labuda showing his senior playing skills there. As it's pistol formation here for Fine. Hands it off to Hall. And Hall gets no gain on the carries. So 2nd down and 10 again.
Yeah, Ringgold's defense got a lot of penetration there and stopped that play early before it really even got started.
2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here. 2nd down and 9.
I know going into this game we haven't really the stats for Belle Vernon haven't really showed a lot of passing games, but that might be because they can just move the ball on the ground and pick up a lot of yards. This is looking like a very good team that they can move the ball in all kinds of ways.
As sends a man to the opposite side of the field. Quad there basically, as it is a keep for Mike Fine. As he breaks some tackles, he keeps his feet moving. As he gets 3 yards on the carry, Mike Fine does a great job of keeping his feet moving and trying to get more yards on the play until finally Ringgold sends about 3 guys and be able to tackle him.
Yeah, he's really running like a fullback now. Awesome to see a quarterback like that. You don't really see many of those. So he's running real hard, and that's really promising for future games when games come down to the wire and you have a quarterback that can do everything like he can. That's very beneficial as a football team.
Minute and 30 on the clock now, 3rd and 6. Shotgun formation here as he's looking to pass. He goes down the field, and that was incomplete. Tipped off the shoulder pads there of Tim Labuda. Might have been thrown a little too hard for him.
Yeah, you'd really think, well, that was 3rd down there, but they're trying to move the ball through the air. Interesting to see what they do here. The 4th down and long if they punt it.
Yeah, it looks like they will be punting it there as you see Tim Labuda going back to punt here. 4th and 6, minute 21 to go in the 3rd quarter. And we'll see how well Tim Labuda does on this punt here. Takes a snap, and the punt is away. And that is a great punt there. That'll be down at the 10-yard line in Ringgold territory.
Definitely everything going Belle Vernon's way right now. A nice punt there. One of the few punts we've seen so far from this team. Let's see what Ringgold can do. If there's any hope of them coming back in this game, they got to pick up a touchdown. They got to pick up some more touchdowns pretty fast here.
As we're going to take a tease our game of the week Twitter here Game of the Week 30. That's our 30th year doing high school football here on CUTV. Doing a great job down there is Pam Del Vernon with the giveaways and prizes, and also the fan of the week. As Small has it here, as he's trying to break some tackles and gets stood up by a host of Belle Vernon players. As he gets a pickup of about 9 on the carry.
Yeah, Vernon Small there. A nice hard run, picking up around 8 or 9 yards on the play there.
As it's 2nd down and 1 for Ringgold. Under a minute to go here. 40 seconds. And 40 seconds on the clock here. 2nd down and 1. George Martin looking to pass, going down the field. That is complete to number 84, Easton Fine. What a huge catch there.
Yeah, it looked like a post route there. Got behind the safety and brought it in. That's a nice catch there.
So 26 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. As we have a stoppage here. We'll see as there's an equipment malfunction here. Finally gets that taken care of. That's 84 Easton Fine for Ringgold. George Martin hands it off to Small, and he gets tripped, but lost the football. He is going to be down, so lucky break there for Ringgold. It would have almost been bad there, as I don't know how he lost the football.
Yeah, looked like this drive could have been promising, and that almost cost it right there as we're heading down to the end of the 3rd quarter here.
As the clock winds down, it is the end of the 3rd quarter. Ringgold trying to make something happen here. 31-3, the score here for Belle Vernon. As we're going to keep it here, Dylan, and we're going to be talking about some concession stand food here.
Yeah, definitely. We got those hot dogs at halftime, courtesy of this Ringgold staff here, so we have to give them a great grade for bringing us some hot dogs up here in the press box.
And you can see there a score of 9.78. A little less quantity or differentials of food here than California, so can see why they were just a few points underneath California, but great atmosphere there, great service there. I love being able to get my walking taco with Fritos instead of just Doritos. Fritos, that just has that taco feel to me. I don't know.
That's a great point there. And that was my 2nd hot dog since we got the ones at halftime, and they were great. I haven't had much better hot dogs.
I don't like hot dogs, but those were actually pretty good, and I didn't even put any condiments on it, so I give them some points there. As George Martin looking to pass deep down the field. He's got a man open. That is Easton Fine, and he loses the football. Belle Vernon picks it up. Heartbreak City for this Ringgold team.
Yeah, you gotta hate that there. He had a nice gain almost down inside their own red zone, and you can see George Martin pass across the middle there to number 84, which is Easton Fine, which has been their go-to guy through the air, and he just couldn't hang on to the ball there.
He might have gotten hit before he thought he would have gotten hit. Wasn't expecting that, so he wasn't holding on the ball as tight. But this Ringgold team is just, it's heartbreaking to watch right now.
Yeah, especially in front of this massive crowd here. I don't think there's an empty seat in the place. So tough for those fans, but also Belle Vernon, they brought 4 fan buses here, so they came with a lot of people as well.
As Fine sends some men in motion, it's now power I formation. Fine is going to hand it off here as he gets about 5 yards on the carry.
A nice play there here with start off this 4th quarter. Nice run right up the middle there by number 4, Derek. I don't know how to pronounce it. Derek Sosofsky with a nice run there. Here's where you really look for Belle Vernon to use a lot of clock here. Come out of this one with no injuries, hopefully, so let's see what they do here.
As Fine sends a man in motion, Derek Thomas is the guy. Fine is going to keep it himself. Actually, he's going to hand it off to
He kept that one himself there. He's running like a fullback, so it's hard to tell when the quarterback keeps it because he looks like he's a fullback out there running. So a nice run there. He's been having the heavy workload all night, and he's still putting up some big runs here.
And I could see Mike Fine getting some good looks there by some D2 colleges out in Western Pennsylvania. He's just a great quarterback. Well, you know, I'd like to see Mike Fine go to Cal U, but you never know where he might go. But as he keeps it himself, and we'll get the first down here at around the 34-yard line.
It would be an interesting look for him, though, as California maybe switching up some of the guys they have been recruiting lately have been guys like him. So interesting to see, though. He might end up there, you know?
He may be able to work with that Gary Dunn system, too.
Yeah, definitely. He's a strong runner. He can definitely throw the ball. He looks like a fullback out there.
He's got that balanced offense Coach Dunn likes.
Yeah, definitely. And you can do whatever with him. You can throw him every time, run him. So he really surprised me. I haven't really heard of him, and he's definitely stood out to me as one of the best quarterbacks we've seen so far.
Yeah, one of the best quarterbacks we've seen, definitely. As we have a stoppage here, Belle Vernon will be taking their first timeout of the half with 9:55 to go in the fourth quarter. And Dylan, the game progresses here. If you're Ringgold, what are you telling your kids in the huddle?
Well, you can't give up on a night like this. You can't give up any night. But you have tons of family here, alumni. You really got to show the heart of a Ringgold football player here to really finish this game out.
And you can see all these highlights and other highlights from the Laurel Highlands game on High School Roundup, our student-produced show we talked about before. Highlights and standings, our top plays. And we have maybe some top plays here, maybe even a blue ribbon play, don't know. Predictions are pick'em and more, and our pick'em is going to be shaken up. So definitely tune in to see Heartbreak City on our pick'em because I'm pretty heartbroken right now myself.
Yeah, this is definitely a surprise to many. I must say I did pick Belle Vernon in this one, not on the pick'em, but I may have picked him on this one.
As that is a great run there by Derek Sosofsky as he gets the first down and the ball to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, giving me some more practice with his name here. Sosofsky, I think I'm starting to get it now, but a nice run up the middle. A nice run up the middle, carrying some defenders and really showing that he's not giving up yet.
And Belle Vernon looking to just keep running the ball, keep running the clock down here with 9:35 to go. Pistol formation here. As Fine takes it and hands it off to Sosofsky. Sosofsky's going to get taken down for a loss on the play.
Yeah, short gain there by Sosofsky. But right now, if you're Belle Vernon, you're just trying to use some clock. A little halfback dive there right up the middle. No room to run. But clock's their best friend here, and that's really using a lot of that.
As Sosofsky will go to the bench here, get substituted out.
Definitely been a big key player for this team behind Mike Fine, which has been doing the majority of the carries, but Sosofsky's been right there with him.
Pistol formation here. This one is going to be kept there by Fine, and Fine dancing around some people as he's going to get taken down at the 50-yard line by a trio of Rams.
Yeah, I think it takes about 3 defenders to take him down right now. He's really rolling with the ball. Tough to bring down, dancing around. You see him just throwing defenders off of him, really. He's just I'm not sure too many quarterbacks I've seen run like this at the high school level. I mean, he looks like a fullback, but, you know, usually when you see that, the guy can't throw. But he tonight, 2 touchdown passes. That's something you really like to see, and interesting to see how far he can take this team as being a senior leader for the team.
I could see them getting all the way to the conference championship game, or winning the conference championship, as he hands the ball off there to Nick Hall, getting about a yard on the carry. So That'll bring up 4th down and 2.
Yeah, this Belle Vernon team, tons of seniors as we look at the roster here. So you know this team is, they're not wanting to lose this undefeated season here. They want to keep this going maybe for the whole season.
It'd be nice to see us fine. He's going to get them to jump off sides and more free yardage here for Belle Vernon.
Yep, another smart play there by the quarterback, drawing the defenders off sides. Just all around positives for this whole Belle Vernon team.
As it'll be now 1st down and 10 from the 42-yard line.
Security will bring the buses around when the traffic is clear.
As Belle Vernon will get their call in as time still expires away. 7:10 to go in the contest here. As Belle Vernon really trying to eat away the clock. Now 5 on the play clock. We'll see if they're able to get this out in time, and they will not, as Belle Vernon will have to take another timeout. They have 1 remaining with 6:58 to go in the 4th quarter.
Looked like there may have been some confusion there. They're trying to get some subs in, getting them some work in case some guys do get injured. But as we've seen all night, this Belle Vernon offense is definitely hard to stop.
Yeah, definitely. Ringgold defense just not up to the task of being able to stop this Belle Vernon offense. And while the penalties hurt Ringgold, I don't think that was the reason why Belle Vernon did so well today.
Definitely. It didn't help, but this Belle Vernon's team really, out of the gates, you could tell that they were mentally prepared for this game, mentally ready to come in here to a hostile environment on the opponent's teams, on your rivalry opponent's team's homecoming. You couldn't ask for a better start and a better game, really, if you're from Belle Vernon.
Yeah, definitely not, as they're looking to close this one out. That's fine. Sends a man in motion. It's Bertram. Fine. Hands it off to Hall. Hall breaking some tackles there, stiff arms a man and gets taken down at the 35-yard line for about a gain of 6 on the play.
A nice little play there. It looked like a little counter play. A little misdirection there. Got him going left and cut it back right to the middle of this Ringgold defense, picking up a nice gain on the play.
That was a good job there by the defense to make sure he got taken down on the play and didn't have a chance to run into the end zone. That's fine again in the pistol. Gonna let this clock wind down here. Now 10 seconds, so you gotta think Belle Vernon is just reading this clock away so Ringgold can't even possibly score so many points. Fine, hands it off again to Hall. Hall getting stopped there by a host of Ringgold players, and he gets taken down at the 35-yard line for a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, it looked like the same play right over again. Not the same result as the last time, as this Ringgold team just saw that and was ready for it. But then again, right now, Belle Vernon's just trying to eat up as much clock as they can right here.
3rd and 3 for the Leopards here.
Doesn't even look, it looks like they're just going to wait to line up with a few seconds left on the play clock.
As it looked like Tim Labuda trying to throw a towel there to Mike Fine. And it's just going to lay on the field, apparently. Fine in the shotgun, 10 on the play clock. Fine, going to keep it himself, running up the middle. And Fine will definitely get the first down here, so I'm just eating away at this clock.
Yeah, that's numerous first downs he's picked up here for this Belle Vernon team. Even though, as you can see on the replay there, he's really bulldozing his way through like a fullback, as we've been saying all night. It's interesting to see them still running with him, risking possible his health when he's running like that late in the game. You really see him as their go-to guy, so maybe giving the ball to other people to protect him in any way they can here.
As there is another player in there, it's number 22, Joey Federer, the sophomore running back. As Federer has it, trying to find a way through that defense and gets only to the 30-yard line. Federer's 5'6", 150 pounds, so a lot smaller than Mike Fine.
Yeah, it definitely is. But it's good to see the young guy getting some action in there on his rivalry's homecoming night. That's good for the young guy. A great experience to get.
And Dylan, what's it like to play on another team's homecoming day as a rival?
It's definitely challenging. I never had the opportunity to beat my rival on their homecoming, but I was able to beat one of our rivals on their senior night, and that was just a great experience.
As that pass is tipped by Maxon Masajewski from Mike Fine.
You can see there a little play action pass, a little pop pass there. Wasn't able to get it through, but as I was saying, it's definitely a great atmosphere. Going into your rivalry's house, really, and playing on their homecoming, going in the game, you want this outcome right here. You want a 31-3 lead. That's the stuff you dream about, really playing your rival. So it's great to see them living their dreams out here, really dominating this whole game.
Fine, looking deep down the field. That one is tipped and incomplete as he was looking for Logan Frogner, the junior wide receiver on that play. 4th down and 9 for the Leopards. And if you're the Leopards, do you go for it? Or do you possibly send out that kicker of yours?
I think that kicker's definitely got the leg. As you see the replay there, almost brings it down in the second tip. But I think this kicker can knock this one in. He's got a big boot on him as they're sending him out there.
He's sending him out there. This is going to be a long field goal for him. As it's about a 47-yard field goal, I believe. A 47-yard field goal for Belle Vernon. Labuda is going to hold it. The kick is up. It's got plenty of distance, but it is no good. It sailed wide left. So the kick no good. The score still 31-3. Ringgold with 3:50 on the clock to possibly score here.
Yeah, it looked like he had the leg on that one, just couldn't get it through the uprights. But as we've said, he does have a big boot on him, so if they do have some closer games here in the next few games, I think they can lean on him to really make a key field goal late in the game.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen the kickoffs itself go out of bounds, so kind of not surprising either that the field goal went wide as well.
Definitely. See what this Ringgold offense can do. See if they can get a touchdown up here.
As Martin hands it off there to Small. Small going to the outside, breaking some tackles there as he is going to get taken down at the 30-yard line. So a big 10-yard run there by Brendan Small.
Yeah, definitely. Finally getting a big run there. 10-yard rush. That looks like it was his longest run of the game. So good to see him getting back on track after the big week last week.
As that'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Ringgold Rams. Small, the sidecar to George Martin. Martin looking to pass. Gonna pass it off to Octavius Vassar, as Vassar will get about 5 yards on the receiving there. As you see here on the replay.
Yeah, short pass there to Octavius Vassar there with a nice catch, bringing it in, setting up a 2nd down and medium here.
So 2nd down and 6. George Martin in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side looking to pass. Martin. It's going to be complete there to Dalton Holt as Holt's trying to break some tackles and gets a few extra yards on the carry as he also gets the 1st down.
Yeah, another nice pass there. Looked like an in-breaking route, possibly a slant here. Catches it right at the 1st down marker and makes a man miss and picks up the 1st down here.
1st down and 10 from the 44-yard line. As Martin in the gun, looking to pass. Going deep down the field. It is incomplete, way overthrown to Easton Fine.
You had 2 guys there crossing past there. Looked like they're 2 possible post routes. Couldn't find the open man.
As you see right here on the replay, got all kinds of time to throw the ball and just overthrows Easton Fine on that one.
It doesn't look like Belle Vernon's bringing too much pressure here. Really letting their guys sit back and cover the passing game.
Martin rolling the outside is going to try to shake some tackles, and he does. He's now at the 45, the 50, the other 45, and now the 40 finally gets taken down, and a first down on the play. Great heads up there by George Martin.
Yeah, nice way to loot the pocket there by George Martin. Had some pressure in his face, but was able to outrun the pursuit of the defense and pick up a nice gain. As you can see him eluding the tackler and lowering his shoulder and picking up a nice gain on the play.
So we're going to 1st and 10 from Belle Vernon's 41-yard line. As George Martin there in the gun. 2 receivers to the near side, as is the sidecar. Looking to pass, airing it down the field. It is incomplete as it was thrown in the double coverage there, trying to find Octavius Vassar on the play.
Yeah, trying to go to Octavius Vassar again there. Double coverage, tried to force it in there, and he had it on his man's hands, but he couldn't bring in the catch there.
2nd down and 10 for the Rams with 1 minute and 39 seconds to go in the contest. As Martin again in the shotgun. 1 sidecar to his left and 2 receivers to his left as well. Sends a man in motion. It's Vassar. Martin looking to pass. Going short this time to Masajeski, and Masajeski will get taken down at around the 33-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down on the play.
Another name I've had some trouble with, Masajeski here with the catch, picking up a nice gain. Good for him to get some receiving yards late here in the ballgame.
3rd down and 2 for the Rams. As it looks like Martin again will be in the shotgun. As there will have to be a timeout called here. As it looks like Tyrese Youngblood didn't know exactly where he was supposed to line up. So a little miscommunication there. Ringgold will be taking a timeout with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the game here.
I just want to clean everything up. You don't want any boneheaded mistakes here.
As you see our game here, September 17th, tomorrow against Millersville at home. It's family day, 1 p.m. game. If you can't make it, tune in live on calvulcans.com/watch. And if for some reason you're not around, you can't get to the computer there, also listen online for WCL on WCL for that game as well. CUTV High School Football Game of the Week, September 23rd. That's next week. Greensburg Central Catholic at Charleroi live on PCN. As George Martin looking to pass here, as that one goes deep down the field, and it is complete for the catch. Charles Franks, somebody who we have not called before today.
Definitely, he got behind the defense there, outran the cornerback, and George Martin let it rip there. As you can see here, rolls out, and he saw his man. He set his feet and absolutely chucked this ball deep in the back of the end zone there for the wide open man.
As you see here, it's going to be a field goal here.
A little muddle huddle action here. We called it back home. I'm not sure what you guys call it up here, but that's what we called it back in Central West Virginia.
As the kick is up and good. So Ringgold scores their first touchdown. The score now 31-10 in favor of Belle Vernon with 55 seconds on the clock here in the contest. Stay tuned for the rest of the game here on CUTV's Game of the Week.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to CUTV's Game of the Week, where Ringgold is trailing 31-10 off that beautiful touchdown pass from George Martin. As the kick is away, a little squib kick there. Will be fielded at around the 15-yard line. As that one is Nick Hall trying to make something happen there, as he gets taken down at the 30-yard line. As you're going to see the touchdown here again for Ringgold, Dylan.
Yeah, as you can see, George Martin winds up and throws a absolute dime in the back of the end zone there to his receiver. That's a great pass there. Great to see this team really get a touchdown here before the end of the game. It'll make that dance tomorrow a little better, knowing that you, especially as a quarterback there, able to throw a big touchdown pass late in the game like that.
As first down and 10, you got to assume they're just going to be taking some knees here. Ringgold shouldn't call a timeout. So they only have 2 remaining. And we'll see exactly what Belle Vernon does. But Dylan, this was a great game for Belle Vernon. Huge game for them, as they are going to be in first place, most likely tied with Thomas Jefferson. Don't have a score update for you right now, but most likely will be tied with Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, but definitely a statement game here by Belle Vernon, letting the rest of the conference know that they're no slouch this year and that they're somebody to really watch in the next coming weeks.
Belle Vernon coming into Ringgold's house, upsetting the home team here 31-10. Great game here at Ringgold. Can't wait to be live on PCN next week. For Dylan Goodday, for Gary Smith, our director and producer, everyone else in the crew today. Big crew today. Thank you to everyone working this game. Our next broadcast will be from California against Millersville. That'll be at 1 o'clock live on calvulcans.com. Stay tuned for that. Next week, it's Greensburg Central Catholic at Charleroi. Again, for Dylan Goodday, I'm Anthony D'Agostino. Until next time, have a great day, everyone.